Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things. I wonder how many of us here today feel like Martha, worried and distracted by many things. I do, and I wouldn't be surprised if you do too. Chances are most of us are living a Martha kind of life. It often happens when we feel overwhelmed. What are the many things that you are worried and distracted about today? What is dividing your life into parts and pulling you in different directions? And what are those things doing to you and your relationships? A few weeks ago, I was talking with a friend. He said, I think every driver in Ohio is a distracted driver. It was one of those simple yet profound statements that has stuck with me. And it's not only about driving cars. It's also a statement about how we are living. We're driving through life with distractions. It's not just dangerous, it's exhausting. Martha is a distracted driver. When Jesus says to her, Martha, Martha, you are worried and distracted by many things, I don't think he's making an accusation, he's making an observation. And when he says Mary has chosen the better part, I don't think he's comparing Mary, who sits at his feet and listens, to Martha, who is busy with many tasks. I don't think he's saying that Mary is right and Martha is wrong, or that it's better to sit at his feet and listen than it is to prepare the house and the table to welcome a guest. Look at the life of Jesus. In his humanity, he was also conflicted on a Mary-Martha scale, as we all are. Sometimes Jesus went off by himself to be alone, silent and still, to pray and listen, to be present to his Father. Other times, Jesus was active, on the move, in the midst of people and busy teaching, healing, feeding 5,000. One is not more important or better than the other. We need both. Jesus isn't making a value judgment on the things that are distracting Martha. He's recognizing what those distractions are doing to her. When we're distracted by many things, we lose traction and our wheels are spinning. We're not getting anywhere. Martha thinks if Mary would just help, get up and do some of the work, everything would be better. She sees her distractions as consequences. We often do that too. But Jesus doesn't address those. He addresses Martha. The distractions are not about what is happening around her, but what is happening within her. Her many tasks have her divided into many parts. Choosing the better part doesn't mean the other parts are inferior or wrong. It simply means that at this time, in this place, and under these circumstances, there is a better part to be chosen. What if Martha had chosen hospitality with the same focus as Mary chose, sitting and listening? We don't all have to choose the same thing. What if there is a better part for you and a better part for me, just like there is for Mary and Martha? Life has so many distractions taking us away from the here and now. Even as I speak, some of us are planning what we're going to do after Mass today, instead of being right here and right now. It is with that mentality that I think Jesus has something powerful to say to us here. He would say that it is about caring for the soul, not just the body. Jesus comes to the home of Mary and Martha, sister to Lazarus. Here is the only part of Scripture other than in John that they are mentioned. So it must mean Jesus has to teach them and us something. Mary and Martha both loved Jesus, and on this occasion were both serving him. It's not only about doing things for God, but also about spending time with God. It means to set aside time and say, Lord, I am going to sit at your feet now, and I'm going to learn from you. This is your time. Teach me. We can do that here in the Adoration Chapel when we stop to spend time with Jesus. Do we neglect soul care? We can sit at the feet of Jesus alone with our thoughts. Are we so busy doing things for God that we are not spending any time with God? If I find myself too busy to sit with Jesus, then who am I serving? Jesus or me? We live in a culture that likes to say, you are only worth the kind of work that you produce. We often forget that God values us infinitely higher and says, I love you and you are worth more than anything you could do or could produce. You are loved simply for who you are. You are worth dying for. I personally struggled with this in my life. It seemed like I had to work hard because I had to convince myself. Without this work, I am nothing. I had to justify my own existence. And when you work to do that, life becomes really bitter and way too busy. And I believe in all our busyness, Jesus says, stop, stop, stop. Give me your undivided attention. You are valued for who you are, not simply what you do. You are worth dying for. That sounds nice and pleasant on paper, but think about how deep that truth really goes. When God looks at you, he does not simply see you as a profit statement or a workforce or a resource, but as a true human being. You are worth dying for. What do you and I need to let go of and allow God to be in the midst of us here? What is it that matters to you right now? Maybe we need to stop constantly thinking about 5 hours in the future and just be in the moment. What is it that God's Spirit may be saying to you? Take some time and sit at the feet of Jesus. It's not Mary versus Martha. It's Mary and Martha. We must balance what love does for people and what love says when we sit at his feet. Growing closer to God is not the result of trying harder, but of surrendering more.